Hey everyone, and welcome to Empowered by Self-Love, the podcast. My name is Jessica Fuentes, and I am a certified professional coach. I will be here every Saturday talking about transformation. How to transform those difficulties you encounter throughout your life into lessons. How can you transform that victim mindset into one of opportunity and growth? If you want to transform your life, the key is to learn and realize that you have everything you need within yourself. If you are looking for a safe place to find inspiration, motivation, and the tools to become empowered, then this is the podcast to listen to. This podcast is brought to you by my website, Empowered-SelfLove.com. Thank you for joining me every Saturday. And I want to thank you all for listening every week. Thank you for your support and for making Empowered by Self-Love, the podcast, part of your Saturday routine. I am extremely thankful and grateful for your warm welcome. My hope is to bring you the tools that enriches your life and that helps you become more empowered. So thank you for sharing with your friends and family, and let's continue to spread the knowledge and the inspiration. In this episode, I will be talking about losing motivation and how to get it back. Hey there, happy Saturday! I wish that you're feeling well, full of energy, and ready for today's episode. I welcome you to another episode of Empowered by Self-Love, the podcast. I am your host, Jessica Fuentes, and today I want to address those days, weeks, or even months of extended periods of time in which you feel like you have lost your motivation. So let's start by saying that it is okay. You're only human, and it is part of being human. You're allowed to be real. You're not a robot. I personally have experienced the lack of motivation a lot because I'm human too. And there was a time when I was in college in which I thought I was never going to pass a stupid class that I had. And it was a requirement. I felt frustrated. And to be honest, I even felt scared that was it for me. That I was only going to fail the class and not be able to acquire the bachelor's degree. I dropped out of the class twice because rather than getting an F, I preferred to get a W, which is the code you get when you drop out of a class. So long story short, I registered for the third time, but then my mentality was not of fear. I changed my mentality. My mentality was like, okay, it will be tough, but I can do this. I don't know how, but I will find a way and I will pass this class. Even with a C, so long as I pass. So guess what? I passed the class and I passed it with a B. Of course, I worked hard. Of course, I did things differently than on the previous times. But to me, mentality was key. It is the main factor. It is the one thing that will help you go through with things or that will hold you back. If you convince yourself that you're done and that you can't, then that's what you're gonna get. You won't be able to achieve whatever it is and you will be done with it. So, there might be so many reasons why you lost your motivation. Maybe you got frustrated with the process because you don't seem to see progress or see the results you were expecting. And that is normal. It's normal to lose motivation under those circumstances. Maybe you are overwhelmed with life situations. It could be that you lost your job, that you're struggling financially. Maybe you just broke up with your partner. Maybe you are even going through a divorce or dealing with some illness in your family or yourself. Or you are just simply tired, physically tired, emotionally tired. People lose motivation for so many reasons. And in addition to what I already mentioned, other reasons you might lose your motivation could be because you're feeling overwhelmed, stressed, burned out, or you lack clear goals. Maybe you have low self esteem, or you're fearful of failure, or maybe you're physically or emotionally exhausted, not even tired, exhausted. And in extreme cases, it could be a mental condition like depression. You could also be lacking purpose, or you could feel stuck in a role at your work that is not allowing you the freedom you need to pursue other personal goals. The reasons behind your feelings of demotivation are endless, but you know yours, you know your reasons, and if you really don't know them, it is time to sit down, slow down, and assess yourself and ask yourself where you are at this precise moment in your life. I learned from a podcast from Mel Robbins that you need to ask yourself why 5 times, and you will most likely reach a deeper reason behind you feeling a certain way. So try that technique and find out what you find behind your 5 whys. Now, I have talked about all of the reasons why you feel frustrated and you're stuck, right? I want us to focus on solutions. So, how can you regain your motivation? Well, the first thing is for you to identify the underlying cause or causes and implement different strategies that will fill up your tank and motivate you again to continue pursuing your goals. So, I will share 3 steps or strategies you can follow that will help you regain your motivation. The first thing is that you need to identify the root cause of you feeling demotivated. I have said that multiple times. And how do you do this? Well, I already gave you an idea, and that is asking yourself why 5 times. That will help you go deeper and deeper inside yourself, and you will get to identify stressors. For example, consider any recent life changes or stressors that might be affecting your motivation. Listen, you're human, and I am sure that there are factors behind your feelings of frustration and your feelings of lack of motivation. It is also important that you recognize certain patterns. Is there a specific time or a specific task that triggers your lack of motivation? You should also consider mental health. Mental health conditions like depression can significantly impact your motivation. So don't hesitate to seek professional help if you need it. There is nothing wrong with you, and there is nothing wrong with you doing so. I personally think that you are the bravest person if you go and seek help when it's about mental health. Actually, when anything, if you ever need help, you are braver when you ask for help. Now, number 2 is to implement motivating, boosting strategies. There are so many ways you can boost yourself. So let's start by setting clear and realistic goals. You need to have a clear idea of what you want to achieve, because otherwise you'll be like lost in space. And it will be easier for you to stay motivated. You should also break down your tasks. Don't overwhelm yourself. Divide the large tasks into smaller ones. The idea is for you to remain focused and motivated and not overwhelm yourself, because overwhelming yourself will do the contrary. So set more manageable steps to make them less heavy on you. Practice self-compassion. You have to be kind to yourself and don't judge yourself because you're feeling unmotivated or for not
progressing as you expected. You have to consider all of the factors that are affecting your progress. So be kind to yourself. You should also reward yourself. Celebrate your accomplishments, no matter how small they are, because this will boost your energy and it will also be a great strategy to promote a positive behavior. Finding inspiration is another technique, whether it is from others, from books, from movies or TV shows, or by a real life role model that you admire. It's important to find inspiration. Another thing you can do to boost your motivation is to change your environment. Your surroundings can impact your performance. If you are surrounded by a noisy environment or a cluttered or disorganized desk, it is very likely that you won't feel motivated to work there. Altering your surroundings can help break up bad routines and boost your motivation. You should also spend some time outside. Exploring nature can improve your mood and therefore your motivation. Connecting with others is extremely important as well because you get to share your goals and your challenges with friends, with family, or with a support group. This can boost your motivation and it can help you refocus. Maybe even evaluate and alter your original goals, transforming them into new ones that fit better with your lifestyle and what you really want. You also have to focus on the present. Be present. Practice mindfulness and be present in the moment. Doing this reduces your stress and therefore your feelings of overwhelm. And talk positively to yourself. You can use positive affirmations because this builds up your confidence. Besides, it is only fair that you show some love and appreciation to the person that is always with you. And guess who's that? Yourself, of course. Now, number 3 and the last one, and that is, how do you sustain your motivation? Well, you need to make it a routine. Establishing a daily and weekly routine helps you stay focused and on track. It also helps a lot to surround yourself with positive people. If having negative people around you drains your energy, then having a supportive group and network can generate the opposite, and that is motivation. You should also review your goals and progress regularly. Keep track of your progress. Evaluate your growth and your process. Reassessing and even updating your goals can help you stay focused and motivated because you're actively working on yourself when you do this. You are focusing on the growth, on the progress, on the process. And then you look for solutions rather than focusing on being stuck, overwhelmed, or frustrated. And guess what you can also do? You should allow yourself to take breaks. You're not a robot. And if you don't rest, you can burn out. So resting prevents burnout and obviously restores and boosts your energy levels. So there you have it. There are so many ways you can regain your focus and your motivation. Let yourself be human. Give yourself time to deal with your particular situation. Allow yourself time to decompress, to process, and to recharge. Once you have given yourself the time you need, then take charge again. Visualize yourself achieving your goals. Celebrate your wins, even the small ones. Be patient and kind to yourself. And don't be afraid to ask for help. The people who truly care will actually enjoy helping you and seeing you succeed. Before I leave today, I want to close this episode with a powerful quote from Martin Luther King Jr. And it says, "You don't have to see the whole staircase. You just need to take the first step.
If you feel that this is a message you connected with, I am very glad and happy that this will be the beginning of an extraordinary journey of transformation and empowerment for you. So remember that we have a date every Saturday.
You can't miss the next episode in which I will be talking about financial consistency, habits for long-term prosperity.
Thank you for listening to today's episode, and I hope that you enjoyed it and that it brought some perspective as well as hope. If there is any particular topic you would like me to discuss, or if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me via email at jessica.fuentes@empowered-selflove.com. Don't forget to follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. You can find me there as Empowered-selflove. I also encourage you to visit my webpage, Empowered-selflove.com, and explore more about what coaching is all about. In the Services tab, you can sign in for the free discovery session. During the discovery session, I will explain everything you need to know about coaching, the type of coaching I specialize in, and the packages I have available for you. You can find all the links on the episode's notes. Remember, if you like this content or thought of somebody that could benefit from it, please share it with your friends and family. Remember that we have a date every Saturday, and I can't wait for us to meet again. See you next week!